like 75% of our season openers. Last episode, we kind of got killed. We did not show up, but we do have a brand new offense, a new look offense, missing Trevor Offord. We have a new rookie in our receiving core. We have a new running back. So it's been 1 week since the Super Bowl. Let's figure things out here. Same playbook on both sides of the ball. I think our defense played fine last episode, but the offense did not. And despite having X-Factor dev trait, our quarterback, Jesse Wagner, has really not been better. In fact, he's honestly been worse since he got X-Factor. But again, it's only been 2 games with that under his belts. We still have a whole season left to play. But if we don't show up here in this game, I'm probably going to change our playbook going into week 3. But here we go, a rematch against the Lions. It is a rematch of last year's wild card game. If this offense wants to play better here in week 2 on the road this time, we got to get our first round pick, Deontay McCoon, involved. Only 1 catch for 8 yards in that first game. But we're going to start on defense, facing Quinton Gales, who has been the quarterback here in Detroit for the better part of 4 or 5 seasons, and he is a good one. But they also got killed in week 1 against the Niners, dropping that game. I think 31-7 was that final score. So both teams coming off blowout losses, and they're looking to bounce back here. They start from their own 23-yard line. Through the air, Gale's now up to X-Factor dev trait. I think he had Superstar last year, but now he's an X-Factor. They've also got a new running back, I believe. I forget. I think they had Gibbs last year, but this year, they've got Michael Rosemond, who gets 5 yards on his first carry to bring up 3rd and medium. They still have Amon-Ra St. Brown. They go to a screen pass for their running back, and we're not there in time. First down, Detroit. From the 40 now, back to the running back, and he cuts it back up the middle. Gain of 4. We saw this defense in week 1 give up the opening drive touchdown to... How am I forgetting... to the Titans? I almost forgot that we played them. But we allowed that opening drive touchdown, trying to force a punt here on 3rd and 4. Then keep it through the air, and it's caught on the outside just enough across the line to gain. From the left hash, they give it to their backup running back, and Swain only gets a handful. Another handoff. And Thomas comes in. So 3 different players have come in to get carries. That one goes for 6. And like our previous game, not doing the best job in run defense. Gales is going to throw it. He's taken off, and Bradley Lynch is there for a 6-yard sack. And that will end this Lions drive. It took a minute. Only a 20-yard punt by Detroit, and we take over at our 28-yard line. 2 picks in week 1 for Jesse Wagner. That almost always happens in week 1 with him. We've seen some better week 2 games these last couple of years, but it's not a guarantee. Got to go the length of the fields to get on the board here to open this game. We start on the ground, and Blackshear burst ahead for 8. When he got the ball last week, he was very impressive, but because we were losing for most of that game, we did not run the ball all that much after that first half. 2 yards to go on 2nd down. And he's going to get the carry again. Good blocking in the interior. Enough for a first down. Now we're going to go through the air, a little dump off over the middle, and we got McCoon involved on the first throw. 6 yards, almost matching his total from last week. We can keep that up. I have a good feeling about the offense here today. 2nd and 4, incomplete, trying to go to Martez Kyle. We've seen him have some difficulties in traffic in these first 2 weeks. That one included. 3rd and 4 for us. Wagner over the middle. He has his man, Denard McCullum. We talked about last week how these 2 receivers who were drafted last year will get a lot more involved this year because of the exodus of players leaving with Trevor Offord and Morgan Stoudemeyer becoming free agents. So need those guys to really step up this year, including Deontay McCoon. And this ball is almost picked off a tip. Blackshear unable to hang on. I believe that was Jack Campbell in there with that deflection. 4:07 to go in the quarter, and Wagner's going to keep it. That's always dangerous. I don't like that we're calling that a lot more often. These last, year and change. Ever since we got a new offensive coordinator, have some questionable play calls. And that one's batted away, trying to link up with McCollum. And we're unable to put the ball through the uprights or in the end zone. A great punt by Lauderdale pins the Lions inside their 15, but both teams punted on their opening drive from the 48 in the other team's territory, but a nice tackle for loss on first down by Quincy Basnight. It's a loss of 3. Second down for the Lions. Trips towards the bottom. They hand it off, and Thomas breaks a tackle. Nice gain of around 8. We've already forced plenty of third downs, and Gales is going to convert this one up to the 30. 5-man rush from the Rams. They hand it off. We're still not really, besides that one tackle by Quincy Basnight, not really doing a whole lot on the ground here in terms of getting into the backfield. This offensive line is doing a pretty good job early on, at least creating the initial few first yards of space. This one's caught and turning up the field. It is a first down for the Lions thanks to Nick Kemp. Up the middle, and a broken tackle. Roseman pushed ahead for a gain of 10 and a first down. And that is going to get us to the end of the first quarter. Lions with their second possession, driving down the field in a scoreless ball game. From their 46 here in the second quarter. Play fake. And dumped off to Darrell Spain, I believe. I think he's still here, and that is him, but I think he's been jumped on the depth chart by somebody else. Or at least he's just not playing as much in this game. 2nd and 5. Deep shot batted away by Presley. This has got to be like their 4th or 5th 3rd and medium already in this game. And Gales throws a pick right to Carlos Ruiz. And he's got good blocking. Returned up to midfield. Pressure from Quincy Basnight. I'm not sure if that affected this pass, but regardless, it's a turnover by our defense. An off-target throw from Gales for a flat-footed receiver. And these linebackers know how to hang on to the ball, man. He and Levy both can really rack up picks if they get the ball thrown their way. The offense has got to make do here and put the ball either through the uprights or in the end zone to just get us on the board at all. Blackshear gain of 7. We are about 5 yards out of field goal range. From the 42, Blackshear just got enough for a first down. It's going to stay in on 1st and 10 and gets really good blocking, but a great block shed by Ford. Almost had a big gain there, but instead it's only a 4-yard pickup. We are up into the 35-yard line. Good protection for Wagner. That one was dangerous. Nearly picked by Campbell. Blackshear goes out wide on 3rd and 6. More good protection. Wagner steps up, finds McCollum, but he is a yard short. It is clear right now that this passing game is just not working. But regardless, we are going to strike first off of the Glenn Douglas field goal. It's 3-0 LA. The 3rd drive for Detroit starts at their 18-yard line. We're stacking the box. They hand it off. And a really nice tackle by George Vance fighting through a blocker to bring down Swain. Both of his runs have gone for only 3 yards. And they bring Roseman back in. And they go play fake. Over the middle, Amon-Ra St. Brown with his first reception. Very short gain, or actually just his second one. But it's 5 yards in total on the 2 grabs. Another 3rd and 4. Seen plenty of these already. Another screen. And once again, they convert on 3rd down off of it. 10 runs, 10 passes, now 11 runs for the Lions. This time, Thomas goes nowhere. The tackle by Raheem Finch to bring up 2nd and 9, and we are only showing a 3-man rush. Interesting look by the defense. Levy brings pressure, and Spain makes a grab for 3 yards to bring up 3rd and medium. Once again, it's like their game plan is playing for these 3rd and mediums, and they've converted most of them. Another screen to Roseman, and he's tackled short. Presley fighting through the stiff arm. That tackle ends the Detroit drive, and we take over with 4:05 to play in the first half. Very defensive-heavy performance by both teams. We've shown some promising signs on offense, but really only on the ground. We're going to keep it on the ground. Outside, Perry Kaysen, no gain. Barnett with a pretty poor block, but Kaysen also kind of outran him on the outside. And now an empty look on 2nd down. Wagner heaves it down the field. It's broken up, trying to go for Blackshear. 3 for 8 passing. Another empty look on 3rd down, and wide open. It is Deontay McCoon for his first grab north of 8 yards. And it keeps the drive alive. That was a 3rd and 10 conversion right between the safety and corner. Could not draw that one up any better. We've got Joaquin Estes in the game now alongside BJ Traynor. We hand it off up the guts. I think his shortest run has gone for 5 yards. Blackshear just eating on the ground. That will take us to the warning. 5 to go on 2nd down. Over the middle, BJ Traynor hangs on. Hoping for him to be a lot more sure-handed going forward, because last episode he did have 1 or 2 pretty key drops. And he needs to become a David Parson level of a tight end to really help out the offense. It's slung over the middle, and Wagner dismissed a guy wide open. I can't believe he dismissed that. His first real off-target throw. The rest have pretty much been batted away. Another empty look. 5 wide on 2nd and 10. It's a short one for Traynor. We need the 22-yard line for a first, and we're going to get it and more. Touchdown, Denard McCullum. A great throw by Wagner up the numbers, and he found his open man. And the Rams tack on to their lead. Was waiting for a drive like this, both last week and this week. We finally got one of our best drives of the season in the early goings of this one. The PAT from Douglas makes it 10-0 Rams. If McCullum makes 1 or 2 more plays as the 4th receiver, he might get bumped up over Martez Kyle, who has already dropped 2 passes here in the season, just like BJ Traynor. Another Roseman screen, and it's again a 9. The Lions have shown plenty of promise, just like we have on offense, but our defense has done just enough to keep them from putting themselves on the board. We do have a chance to get on it before halftime. Great wrap-up by George Vance to prevent any extra yardage from St. Brown. 2 timeouts left for the Lions. Gales dumps it. On 2nd and 4, outside and out of bounds is Spain. 3-yard pickup. 3rd and 1. That does stop the clock. Going to keep it through the air, and they convert on 3rd down. 31 seconds left. No more timeouts for the Lions. They are just inside the 40. Probably in field goal range. And now there definitely are. Gain of 18 on the outside for Turner. And with 26 seconds left, this defense has to come through. We have seen this exact story that is unfolding right here. Time and time again. We need to stop before halftime. They'll have time for a field goal, or they're just going to run it. First and goal, they have one play to go for the end zone. Gales completes it. It's caught by Clayton Portis for a touchdown with 1 second on the clock. How many times over the course of these last 3 or 4 years only have we seen this defense allow a score seconds before halftime? It happens so much. The PAT from Carlson is up and good. An 8-play, 78-yard drive, and 55 seconds. This team cannot play against a quick tempo offense. If we face a team that goes no huddle a good amount, they're going to give up a touchdown. And that is clear to me at this point. It should be 10-0. Instead, it's a 3-point game at halftime. Score updates at the break. You got the Cardinals on the road getting absolutely washed by the Colts. 21-0 at the break. Both teams come in after winning in week 1. Cardinals probably going to drop to 1-1. The 0-1 Bills lead the 0-1 Jets by 10 approaching halftime. Josh Allen having a very efficient first half. His touchdowns matches incompletions. Then you got the 0-1 Commanders hosting the Dolphins. And they're going to be trailing at halftime thanks to a Brock Purdy INT. Only 27 passing yards for Washington. Well, good news is we should get the ball to start half, and we are going to. Kickoff by Carlson, going to be returned by the rookie Deontay McCoon, and the ball's out! It's recovered by the Lions. Are you serious, man? No. No, we just let them score before halftime, and now they essentially start with the ball from the 23. And now they're breaking tackles. All of a sudden, a switch flipped. They're about to either tie things up or give themselves their first lead. A rookie mistake by the first round pick. And we're about to pay for it. Asking a lot of our defense. Yale's now 18 for 21. Gotta start forcing some more pass breakups here. They're only 6 yards out from the end zone. Gales looking for a touchdown, but it's knocked away by George Vance. Just what I was asking for. Just got to do it all over again and hold these guys to a field goal. We bring 4. It is incomplete again. I think George Vance was in there on both of them. And Daniel Carlson, the chip shot field goal, he ties it up. Brand new ball game, I guess. Scratch the first half and scratch this drive. Call it 0-0. Pretty much a full half to play. And here comes our first drive finally. Just a horrible way to end the first half and start the first half. But if we can just win the game, you know what? That's all we need. The win is all that matters. Good start on the ground, though, from Blackshear. He's been so good, man. Very impressive. Especially there in the first half. We're going through the air. Widener's got time and just throws it away. Despite no pressure coming. Not sure I didn't just hold on to that one for a little while longer. But instead, we've got to get 2 more yards to keep the drive alive. From the 31... Wagner dumps it for Blackshear. He's tackled shy. He just doesn't have the strength. And if we dump it off, it's on the quarterback. Not loving the offense so far, and one guy that hasn't shown up at all is David Jackson, and that's because I didn't realize until just now that I think he must have gotten hurt in practice because he has not been on the field at all. It took me this long to realize that. That's my fault, I guess. You put up 10 points, though, without him. Just got to put up a few more. Another 3rd and medium for the Lions, though, on their first real drive of the half, and they just get enough thanks to a broken tackle. Trips top of the screen. It's dumped for St. Brown, and he can't hang on. Daniel Levy jarred that one loose. We have not brought more than 4, I don't think, all game long. Maybe we should soon. First down for Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they are once again across midfield. They've gotten across midfield, I think, on almost every drive in this game. And they're here again. From the 45, and it's intercepted! George Fant picks off the halfback wheel. One man to beat, and Gales makes a touchdown-saving tackle. Now, why does George Vance only have superstar? Is he not an X Factor? And if he is, where is it? Can only 3 defensive players have X Factor? Because if so, we've got 4 of them. But a huge pick. Tried to go for Thomas on the wheel, and he read that beautifully. The Rams come back out. That is our 2nd pick in this game, and we set up shop 10 yards out of the end zone. We've got to put this one in. Cannot pull our punches here. And we give it to Blackshear. He nearly gets in. 3 yards shy. Gonna hand it off again, and Perry Kaysen walks the dog untouched. He's in the end zone, and the Rams are back on top. Let's hold on to this lead now and play a really strong second half of football. The PAT from Douglas makes it 17-10. Took us 2 plays to take advantage of that defensive play. That is now, I think, 2 turnovers that have been turned into points. So the defense right now has honestly been creating more offense for us than the offense has. That's cool. The Lions got to go 80 yards to match that touchdown score. Going to start through the air with St. Brown, who breaks a tackle from Levy. Don't see him miss many of those. And they're up to their 41. Keeping it in the air on 1st and 10. That's caught by Spain for a gain of 8. Not as involved as usual, but does have 5 grabs for 25 yards. Gales has, I think, dealt to 5 different receivers in this game and 3 different running backs. But Portis goes nowhere. Levy ready for that handoff. Now he's in the zone on 3rd and 2. Can we get the stop here at midfield? They give it to Roseman, and he's planted by Carlos Ruiz. He filled that gap perfectly. And is going to leave the LA offense with 2:42 to go here in this 3rd quarter. We also start from our 20-yard line, just like the last Detroit drive. And we're going to go through the air. Good protection for Wagner, and a good toss to Martez Kyle at the sideline for a chunk of 19 yards on the 1st down. That's his first grab of the game. Had a drop in the first half that we've already kind of talked about earlier. Now we hand it off, and Blackshear, I think that was the first time he was touched before the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1, brings up 2nd and 11. And it's dumped off, and Trainer loses 3. He'll figure that both dump-offs have gone for negative yardage. Funny how that works. Clock counting down, just over a minute to play in the quarter. third and long, and up the seam. It's caught by Kyle. His second grab of the drive and the game, and both have gone for over 15 yards each. If he can give this to us the rest of the season as our number 3 receiver, that would be a huge boost to the offense. But missing David Jackson this game, he is our number 2 right now with McCollum as the 3. The rookie McCoon as the 1. Right back to Kyle. And then it's going to end the third quarter. We're leading by 7 and driving. Just got to play a strong last 11 minutes. From the 32, we got 2nd and 4 with a Wagner audible. 4-man rush from the Lions. Pressure coming from behind, and Wagner eventually just has to get rid of it. Nothing open downfield. On 3rd down, gonna keep it through the air, but Kyle has to come back across the line to make the grab. And that brings up 4th and 2. And we're gonna stay out there. What? Why just take the 2-score lead? I don't get it. Kaysen loses yardage. What was the game plan that time? Not only did we just call our least efficient play in the playbook, the outside run for Kaysen, which almost always goes backwards, but we call it on 4th and 2 in field goal range in a 1-score game. I can't get behind that play calling. I just can't. 10:18 to go, and the Lions get it back after a wasted possession by the Rams. From the 36, play fake, Gales finds St. Brown, and he was across the line. Keeping it through the air, it's another completion against Lawrence Burns in coverage. That's a 5th grab for Leon Turner in this game. I think he's got 5, Spain's got 5, St. Brown's got over 5 now. They've also gone to Kemp a couple of times. He gets the first down here. They're inside our 40-yard line. And they're going to keep on passing it. Spain makes the grab up to the 30-yard line this time. If we seriously allow a touchdown here after not going for the field goal, I just don't even know what to think at this point. 3rd grab for Kemp. Another first down. I'm pretty sure all 3 of his grabs have gone for a first down. That's pretty incredible. And they are 5 yards out from the red zone. And they're going backwards, or not. How did Roseman get back to the line of scrimmage there? I have no idea. Raheem Finch made the tackle, but he was there like 3 yards behind the line. Just over half of the quarter left to play. They fake it, and Gales misses his wide open receiver. He had Portis with a couple of steps on his defender. Huge break for this defense that honestly needed one because they've been doing their best all game long, just like always. And they hand it off on 3rd and 10. I don't know about that play call. And apparently it's not 4-down territory for Detroit. They're going to take the field goal instead with half the quarter left to go. Why would you run the ball there then? That just does not check out at all. It's a 4-point game with 5.5 left. We start from our 26-yard line. We're going to hand it off to the outside. Blackshear's got some room, and a good block from his rookie, McCoon, and he is gone. Antonio Blackshear to the house. 74 yards for the rookie on the first play from scrimmage. Holy hell. This guy is an absolute playmaker. We lost Trevor Offord, and we have replaced him with another guy that has as much pop as he does, this time out of the backfield. The point after gives us an 11-point lead. Blackshear is simply awesome, dude. through 2 weeks, not even through 2 weeks, really. We still have more football left to play. And not only in week 1 did he show me what he had in that first half when he actually got the ball, but here in this one, he is once again been probably the best player on offense for us outside of the offensive line. Gales finds St. Brown on the move here. A lot of work to do for the Lions with under 5 to go. They cannot waste their time here on this possession. We got Darius Richards now in the zone after that earlier deflection. The screen pass is incomplete. Raheem Finch with the pressure. That brings up 4th and 3. It's 4-down territory the rest of the game for these Lions. And the drive is kept alive. Linking up with, I believe that is Turner again. Yeah, his 6 grabs, 61 yards. About a 10-yard average per catch. It's not bad at all. Under 4 to play, though. Detroit really taking their time on this drive. And with these short throws, it's going to take them quite some time to get down the field. This defense does not often allow big plays. And I'm not allowed a big one here yet. It's a loss of 2, I think, on that dump off. 3rd and 6. Can we force another 4th down? Baz, I just gave somebody the wood, but Gales takes off, and he's got a 1st down. Up to the 48. Both runs for him have gone for 14 yards apiece. It's not taken off as much as usual. And now a crossbody throw. And now Sergio Webb goes down, which will stop the clock for the Lions. It's like the last thing that we need to lose our linebacker depth and to stop the clock for Detroit. It's like the last thing you want when they have to go no huddle. Or would just rather than burn a timeout or 2, but instead they can save them. Gales on the move, has a man open. 1st down for Spain. They're going to keep going no huddle. We saw this defense allow a touchdown to close the first half because of a no huddle offense. And Gales, another 1st down run. 2 to play here at Ford Field. Lions driving, down by 2 scores. And Gales is going down. Raheem Finch off the edge for a 6-yard sack. They have to go no huddle to save as much time as possible. Good protection for Gales. He dumps it off. And they got to go fast again. From the 25. Gales steps up looking for the end zone. It's broken up, and they're going to get a ticky-tack PI call in the end zone here. And they're going to have the ball at the 1. Pretty much a free touchdown. Thanks, ref. Appreciate you. He's got the Lions money line. 1 yard out. Spain on the move. And he creates space to find Turner in the end zone. Touchdown Lions. Hooray. If we lose this game, I will never upload an episode in this series ever again. I promise you that. I promise you that. If they convert this 2-point conversion, they get the onside kick, and they force overtime or win the game somehow, the Rams are done in week 2 of year 11. And wide open, Spain has the 2-point conversion. We're a third of the way there. Gales completed 8 passes for only 31 yards on that drive. That is sickening offense. I hate that. But we recover it. McCollum scoops up the onside kick. 1:05 to go. All 3 timeouts for Detroit. We just got to get a single 1st down. That's all it takes. 1 1st down to get our first win of the season. We give it to Blackshear. He gets 2 yards. One of his worst runs all day comes in. A sitch where you know he's going to have to run the ball. They burn their first. Payson comes in and instead of trying to go outside, runs right into a defender. 3rd and 7. We don't have to make it this difficult, guys. Payson going nowhere. The Lions are really going to have a chance here. They're really going to have a shot. Lauderdale boots it away. And that is a crazy good punt. He has pinned them inside their 15-yard line. That should help us out. No timeouts. No way to stop the clock unless somebody gets hurt. And even then, I think there should be probably a 10-second runoff for that. First pass, incomplete. Richards there in coverage. The 35-yard line is the target for Carlson. Just got to keep them away from there. They got to go a long way. And this defense is usually good at getting game-ending stops, but we've seen some heartbreakers before. It's intercepted for the third time. It's Daniel Levy with his first pick of the season. The third pick by this defense is going to end this game. What more could this defense have done to win us this game? They gave the offense 2 really good starting field position drives, and now we're going to have victory formation off of the third pick of the day from Quinston Gales. That is awesome. And at their 11-yard line, Wagner is going to nail it. The Rams are officially in the win column here in year 11. But like all the other ones, last year and years before, we just don't make it easy. Despite getting outgained pretty substantially by the Lions, we still come out on top. I was pissed about getting outgained in our last game, and it happens again here, but we actually come out on top. But we could have won this game a whole lot easier. It was a close game, even if Wagner did not even throw a pick. Only 126 throwing yards, but he made, I think, really only one mistake, one bad throw in this game, and it was a pretty crucial one. But we picked off Gales 3 times. We got to him twice. He threw the ball 48 times. His arm is going to be a noodle when he wakes up in the morning. But 135 on the ground on 12 carries for Blackshear. A massive 74-yard touchdown. We might have a real player on our hands, man. Still waiting for the depth trade to get revealed here, but he's showing me more than star dev right now. He also broke 3 tackles. Roseman broke 6 tackles in this one game. We got to work on our tackling here, man. But how about Martez Kyle leading the team in receiving yards with the absence of David Jackson? 53 yards on 4 grabs. McCollum had that big 30-yard touchdown, which was our first of the game. And really good performance from the offensive line. No sacks allowed. And really hardly any pressure allowed either. And we got some from Raheem Finch and Bradley Lynch, both with 2 pretty substantial sacks. And then 3 different players getting interceptions in this game. They were all pretty different. And you really can't ask for more from this defense. They have been so good pretty much the entire series. I wonder how long that can keep going. And speaking of Raheem Finch, he's got an upgrade point here. The pass rush for us has not been a concern for a couple of years, and that lines up with bringing in Raheem Finch on the other side of Quincy Basnights. He's been a big part of this defense, and he's going to be due for a contract, I think, next season. But Carlos Ruiz is one of the guys that's going to be on a new deal next year, and he's been a big part of this defense too. Really, almost all the players that we have drafted in the first 3 to 4 rounds have pretty much panned out, even if some guys are on different teams now. That's because of money, not because they were bad. Like candidates, the only guy that really, I think that we drafted recently that's not been a really good player was probably Antoine Washington, but he never really got a real chance, especially after his rookie campaign. But here we are, 1-1, going into week 3. If you're curious who the free agents are going to be after this year without getting extensions done, talked about Wagner, but Darius Richards and Carlos Ruiz are both going to be free agents. So is BJ Traynor, at least right now. But at least Ruiz and Richards both do have interest. Traynor and Warren Terry, not so much. Bradley Lynch, same story. So not as many big name players as last year, but a couple of important names like Greg Teal, Carlos Ruiz, Warren Terry, and Darius Richards. I mean, those are the main guys. Plus our quarterback, who I'm not so sure is actually going to be coming back because he's probably not going to take a deal. And if we have to franchise tag the guy for like 70 mil cap hit, I just don't know if we can really do that, man. Especially with these quarterbacks in this draft class. They could be better than last year's draft class. And if so, we might just want to go quarterback in the first round and kind of reset the timeline for this team. So we get David Jackson back this week in Week 3 against the Cardinals, but in turn, we lose the first-round rookie Deontay McCoon. It's always a receiver in this series, man, and it's always early on in the year. Upgrade point here for rookie corner Daniel Mackey, who might find his way up the depth chart to the 3 or 4 spots here shortly if he continues to develop. But here we are through 2 weeks, and there are 5 undefeated teams in the NFC, including the Seahawks and the Niners, who both moved to 2-0 on the year with big wins. That's going to be it for me in this episode, folks. Please like the episode, subscribe to my channel, and comment your thoughts down below. We'll pick things up next time to move towards the middle of the season here in year 11. Peace out, and have a great day.